YouTube! Welcome to day 22 of my birthday countdown vlog. 18 more days until my 40th birthday. So let's see, now it would be 1990 when I was about 18 years old. And let's see, I graduated from high school that year. Class of 1990, Lane Tech High School, or the full name Albert G. Lane Technical High School at the time. I believe they've changed the name now to some kind of magnet something or other, but we've always been a kind of a magnet school for a very long time. You had to either pass an entrance exam to get in, or the years that I attended, they accepted high Iowa test scores. Iowa tests were the standardized exams that they were giving in the elementary schools in Chicago at the time. I don't know if anyone still takes Iowa tests or if there's some other thing that's replaced it since then, but when I was in 7th grade, I took it, the Iowa test scores, and my scores were like 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade instead of where I was at 7th grade. So my scores were high enough to get me into the school. So getting into Lane Tech was one thing. Doing well at Lane Tech was quite another. I graduated, so I did well enough, but a lot of folks who started their freshman year did not end up graduating. I think our class was like around 1,200 or so when we started, and I think we were down to about 750 at the time of graduation in terms of folks who actually made it all the way through senior year. And so the fact that I actually made it all the way through, and I believe I was like, my GPA put me at like number 127 out of the list. That's not too bad. You know, it would have been nice to be valedictorian, but our valedictorian, there's no way anyone was going to beat her. She was 12 when she started instead of the typical 14. And the year before that, she was in an advanced placement in 7th grade taking SATs, and she got like a perfect SAT score or something. It was just absolutely incredible. So she's super smart, and she actually went on to get a full scholarship to MIT. And the last I heard, she has now a PhD, I believe in pharmaceuticals or something pharmaceutical related, from MIT. So very super smart gal, and you know, who knows, she may be the next person who discovers the cure for cancer, for all we know. Anyway, so yes, so graduated from high school. That summer I knew was going to possibly maybe be one of the last summers I would have a summer off. I was planning on becoming a teacher, which, if you've been watching my vlogs know, I did teach for about a year and then switched careers. But I didn't know if I would actually get to be a teacher, and if I'd ever have summers off. So that summer I decided I was going to enjoy my summer. Although looking back on it now, I don't remember doing anything too memorable that summer other than spending a lot of time at the library reading a lot of books, and just going down to the lakefront, enjoying the summer, and hanging out with my grandmother, and that was about it. So I didn't have as much fun as I'd hoped to have, but I at least took it easy, and I decided not to try and get a job, because I knew going forward, especially trying to get through college, I was going to need to work, which is exactly what I did. Is after I started classes at UIC, one of the first things I did was go out and look for a student job. In fact, I think I was applying and interviewing for them a couple weeks before classes officially started, and then I got to start working the first week of school. And I ultimately got hired at the records office. I originally worked in the transcripts office, and from there eventually got promoted into the certifications office, where you get to certify whether or not a student actually attended the university and share transcripts, or at least you sign a letter saying, yes, the student who claims to have graduated from this university with this degree actually did, and you have a stamp and a seal and you can sign it. So I actually became a certification officer, and that's what I did through my entire 5 years of college. And that was kind of interesting. I did get a chance to go through and look at all the old records, because one of the things I was doing when I was working at the transcripts department was filing away the old paper transcripts. A lot of the transcripts were electronic for all the newer students, but obviously any students who attended prior to 1985 or so, the records were not electronic. And so I had to do a lot of getting the transcripts, photocopying them, and then bringing them back and refiling them. And one of the things I did, which was probably not allowed, but I did it anyway, was look to see if I found any names of people I knew. And that's how I found my father's transcript. So, as you may have known, I did not know my father. He was not a part of my life. And I kind of go into that in one of the previous vlogs, so if you're interested, go look that one up. But I was hoping he would try to find me. And at this point, I did not know he had already passed away. I found that out several years later. But since I hadn't found him yet, and I decided I didn't want to look because I wanted either him to find me, or for when I found him that I wanted to be successful so he didn't think I was coming after him for money or anything. So I went through and I found his transcript, which was kind of cool. So it gave me an idea of what kind of a student he was, where he lived at the time. It actually showed him living in Chicago, and then the address being scratched out and being changed to Ingleside, Illinois, which is ultimately where I found his daughters, my half-sisters. So anyway, not too much going on that year, except of course, graduation was cool, and it felt really good to get that milestone behind me. And then starting college, which was really cool as well. Alright, well anyway, till next time, bye.